Okay, I started watching this video, and I'm not thinking anything of it. Just curious. It says, a killer escaped police in 3 seconds flat. So I'm trying to see what, how that happened or whatever. So I'm listening to this story, and it's an elderly couple from Iowa. So that really got my attention because they live in Iowa. They're from Iowa, and says that they work. One of them worked at Anderson Erickson or whatever dairy farm. Um, you know, nothing real special. And then I think it said that they started a kennel. A kennel? Like what do you mean a kennel? And he worked and she ran the kennel. A kennel for dogs? Like what kind of a kennel? Like a boarding place? Uh what kind of kennel? What did they do at this kennel? And then they said the date that this attack. I'm not sure if they survived. I think they're both dead. She was on the phone with the police. You can hear her talking to the dispatcher. The husband's probably already dead, honestly, but she's still alive. And then they mentioned the date, July of, I don't remember what day in July, but July of 2014. And then I'm like, oh shit, okay. So what my brain immediately put all this information together. I thought about how me and my ex went on vacation June 14th of 2014, and she convinced me to board my dog in North Sioux City, which is South Dakota. And now I'm realizing how bad South Dakota really is for a person like me anyway. It's great for some people, you know, no income tax. They don't release anybody's information. If you get a red light camera ticket anywhere in the country, basically you don't have to pay it, from what I understand, because they won't release who you are. Um, a lot of nice benefits of living in South Dakota. A lot of weirdos though too. Weird rich people. And so anyway, I boarded him in McCook Lake at a place they said was top of the line. And on the way back from vacation, we were in Nebraska on our way back from the West Coast. I get a call saying my dog needed stitches because, okay, the place where I initially boarded him, he was there, and then I got a call after a couple days. They said it's starting to flood here. We have to evacuate. I need your permission to take him to, I believe, South Sioux City, to another place, but the good news is it's cheaper. He won't get to run around and have playtime. He'll be locked up all day, but it's cheaper and he'll be safe. I'm like, okay, go ahead. So then they took him there. And then they never called me to take him. The evacuation was canceled like a couple days later. They never called me to ask me if I wanted them to move him from the cheaper place back to their place. They wanted to get their money. So they moved him back without my permission, which I guess maybe legally they were allowed to. I don't know. Because that's where he was supposed to be in the first place. I don't know. But once they moved him back, then he got attacked. And I told them he's probably better off with small dogs, but they had him walking on the leash next to another pit bull that just out of nowhere just bit him, and he needed stitches, bit him right in the face. And you know, I thought about that, and the horrors that ran through my head after that, like with all the enemies I got, like what you see going on in my life is nothing new. It's always been, I mean, for a very long time, you know. So for my ex to even expect me to leave him, I mean, like, I don't know how I allowed that, but I don't know how I knew it would be easier, but yeah. So I let the bitch make a decision, and like I always say, it's not always. right for the man to make the decisions, but you have to figure out by trial and error who should be making the decisions in a relationship. And most of the times it's me, all right, if not always, because, well, yeah, all right, I've been through it. You know what I mean? I'm careful, very careful. I'm very, so whatever. So that's what happened, right? So now I look back and I'm like, what else did he go through? What did they do to him? You know what I mean? And why? And who? Just thoughts that I shouldn't have to think. So anyway, here's this story. Going back to the original story. Roughly a month later, this old couple in the Des Moines area running a kennel get their heads beat in to death, right? I don't know. I just find it a little bit strange, right?